today now we're going to talk about the title of These Are My People. So what we're doing is trying to find your audience when marketing to whoever it is you need to market to. So most people make the biggest marketing mistake by thinking that everybody is who I should be marketing to. It's the complete opposite. You really first got to define who your perfect patient is. So you got to really think about who do I want to work with? Exactly what does that avatar look like? So you really have to start to think a little bit specifically about who you like to work with, who makes it the easiest to work with, who's willing to pay for your services, and then that's who you should be spending 80% of your marketing towards. So that's a very important thing, especially when you're trying to market to a niche practice. The more you can resonate with what these people are thinking and what they do and their habits and the behaviors, the more specific you can be, the more they're going to resonate and you're going to get the right person. Sometimes we think that, well, if there's only so many of those. Well, let's say, you have 1,000 people that you think you want to market to, and it's a little bit of everything, but only one or two resonate. You're going to have an issue. If you got 100 people and you resonate with 10 of them, and the fact that when you resonate with them, they're more likely to purchase, that's the direction you want to go. Now, not to say that, your niche isn't really big and has that enough to bring in quite a few people. So first thing you need to do is define your perfect patient. So you got to define who you want to serve, who will work with you and likes working with you, and who will pay your prices and advocate for you and the community and really appreciates you. So one of the first things you do is think about who you've been working with. Think about all of those conversations you've had with them. What are their hobbies? Where do they like to hang out with? What are their age demographic? What is their, even thinking about what is their financial demographic? What kind of things what kind of problems do they have when they've been talking to you? And so you got to think about, for instance, for us, for Fort Worth Head, Neck, and Jaw, that's my specialty clinic for head, neck, and jaw pain. I can already tell you 9 times out of 10, I'll ask somebody, what's your biggest problem? What can I solve for you? And they'll usually say eating. I want to be able to eat X, Y, and Z. So I've got to make sure that I resonate with that individual, knowing what they want, but also I may, because I know that that's the problem we're solving. I might want to also be a part of different foodie groups. Maybe there's groups out there where, you try new restaurants and things of that nature. So when I'm targeting somebody with my digital ads, if I know what demographics I have, I can laser focus my ads towards that individual. One of the things you can do is you can actually use your own software many times to help you figure out at least the demographic part, understanding, and there are websites that can help you understand your own demographics based on zip code. Like that's a whole nother conversation, but the reality is you can use data to figure out what is my average, age that I see here. What age group do I see the most? If you're not sure, so make sure that you use data. Now, another way that you can use data is you can also survey people and say, I really appreciate, who you are. You're one of I'd like to learn more about you. And this survey helps me understand more about who I serve. So one of the things you can do is give them a survey of things. Where do you like to hang out? Get some demographic information, single mom, single, those kind of things. One of the things that I notice with my head, neck, and jaw patients, many times they're very much one of 3 groups. They're usually a busy, high stress job, or in college. Again, another example of high stress job where they're clenching a lot, giving them lots of head, neck, and face pain. Another thing that I see is mothers who working mothers. So, they're just as busy and the stress is no different. The other thing that I see is sometimes if they're not working or have a high, a lot of times they have a high stress life situation. So I have noticed, some of the parents may have special needs kids, or may have some issues with maybe a spouse that they're caring for. And again, I don't put these in my ad, but at least I know who I'm targeting, so that I have a better idea, and you can laser focus your ads towards them. Now, another thing that you can do if you're not sure that you have enough patients to even survey right now, or you haven't really got a database of things, one of the things you can do is go into the Facebook group. Think of the most common group that you might see or want to see, and you go into those Facebook groups and start reading some of those issues. There's if lower back pain is something you feel like is important to be able to treat, and you go into those low back pain Facebook groups, see who's talking, see what they're concerned about, see what their feelings are about physical therapy. You can also go to websites who have questionnaires or forums, Reddit, stuff like that, where you can go in there, you can start to listen and read about what people really are thinking. And some of these can go into then also your copy on how you're going to talk to them. The more you know about your group, the more you can put your exact demographics into advertisements like Facebook and Google. Those are the most important things to know, is who you serve, and then you laser focus. That way, all your money is spent in the right way. In other words, when you go on Google, Google is one of the best returns on investment. But you want to make sure that you're sending it to the right person so that you get what you're looking for out of your advertisement. The other thing that I recommend to maybe a new therapist or somebody that maybe not even asking these kind of questions is, I always tell people, make sure that when you're working, like in your evaluation, asking what your patient really wants from you and what the things they're looking for, and ask more about their home and lifestyle. Now that can help you therapeutically, because you know exactly what they want to get back to, what kind of therapy I can do with them. She wants to be able to pick up her grandchild. She wants to be able to hang out with her niece. Her grandchild's 20 pounds. Got to be able to sit at the soccer games for 30 minutes. Those become direct goals within your therapeutic note. But what they also do is they help you start to understand what kind of occupations, what hobbies do you see that you're. So, soccer moms are a great area to go into if that were your demographic. For instance, you could go into groups, and you can even advertise within groups, or laser target, or hey, even making an ad says, hey, are you having trouble sitting at your grandchild's soccer game? You make an advertisement like that, or you could even get even more specific and start to get down into some of the pain points, because you know who your audience is and you know how to set up your Google and Facebook ads. So that's our conversation today. So one of the things that we help business owners with is we help business owners help market to a certain population, to help them so that they don't have to continue to rely on doctor referrals. If you're a new startup, your ability to start to bring patients in really quickly. One of the best ways to do that is knowing your audience and considering digital advertising like Facebook and Google ads. Very cheap. You can go $5 a day and start to see patients in your office within a matter of weeks. So, so if you would be interested in a call, if you need help with this is very tricky for a lot of business owners. So feel free. We're going to do a free call for this. If you're listening, for all the viewers that are listening to this, we only have so many to give away because the schedule is super tight. We're getting busier, but please give us a call, send us a text message, and we will definitely set up some time and try to figure out who your perfect patients are. And then if you need any help going from there, we do have opportunities to teach you exactly how to go on and do Facebook and Google ads in a simple way that you can learn how to do this. But at least you need to start with who you're talking to. So that's a very important start. Thank you for your time.